last night on The Bachelor.
If I felt that unsure of who he was as an individual, I would be packing my bags and leaving.
What's your question? If you don't want my opinion, don't ask, and I promise I won't share unprompted.
I think it sometimes comes unprompted.
Okay, well, I think your opinions come unprompted, Juliana.
I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? Infinity!
Welcome back to another week of The Bachelor, where the ladies are still unsettled after last week's prom drama, but Jesse Palmer's here to lighten the mood and say we're leaving the Bachelor mansion and headed to Madrid, Spain.
I love Madrid!
And ladies, your flight leaves in an hour, so you need to go pack your bags, head on out of here.
I'm sorry, the flight leaves in an hour? Some Bachelor intern's about to get fired because 10 ladies who aren't even packed yet aren't making it from front door to the gate in an hour. Miraculously though, the ladies make it to Madrid and Grant shows up to say he's taking someone on a one-on-one right away. And that someone is gonna be Dina. So the other women say goodbye and then scowl behind her back while Grant takes Dina on a date to quote, live like the locals. AKA the Bachelor people paid this kid $5 to go.
Hola.
Come on, play.
And we once again get to see Grant's love of children, or at least his love of slamming them 1v1 in sports. Honestly, why do we keep having these dates where kids get destroyed in sports? I'm a little concerned at this point. And these two then dance in the middle of this square, you know, like everyday locals do, then manifest some wishes into the world where they both say they want kids. Probably so they can dunk on them right at home like a proper family. Grant then rows a boat for a bit, just another day in Madrid. And as we move into the night portion of the date, Dina talks about often being regimented, controlled, and like a drill sergeant, so people often call her an ice queen, leaving Grant saying,
not in a weird way, but you remind me of my mom. Yeah, in a sense. And yes.
Which might freak you out if you were Dina, but Grant's over here going,
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
How's it a good thing?
However, being here with Grant has brought out a more chill and relaxed side of Dina, which is pretty incredible considering this show's track record of usually doing the opposite for people. But for Grant, seeing the Ice Queen melt some of her walls has earned her a rose this night. However, while Dina's been learning to be more laid back during this show, some of the other women back at the hotel are experiencing the opposite, as frustrations around Carolina grow when Carolina keeps saying stuff like this.
Yeah, it definitely just doesn't feel like I've had enough time, even though, like, I know that I can't complain because I've had a one-on-one.
And her saying this in front of women who've had no one-on-ones and way less alone time with Grant has other women seeing Carolina as ungrateful or entitled. Like, I do get what Carolina's saying, even though you signed up for this, it can suck sharing your man. But also having this attitude?
So excited to go on this date tomorrow. I love sharing my time with the guy that I like with several other women. If I'm lucky, you know, someone might kiss him in front of me.
Is only going to isolate you from the rest of the group. Now for our lone group date for the week, Grant's going to be taking these women donkey riding where we get more Bachelor class.
Teresa, yours has way bad gas.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, and smelled it.
Oh, wow.
And then they have to learn how to be matadors or matadoras, where, like most seasons of the show, the person who's best at pulling away the red flags in time is going to be the winner. Oh, and of course, it wouldn't be a Bachelor date without some sort of competition. So the ladies change into their matadoras outfits to the absolute adoration of the local crowd in order to win extra time with Grant by riding a bull. A bull that I'm guessing they pulled out of a nearby bar. Longest to last without falling gets that special moment with Grant.
This is the first time that I've ever thought to myself, 6 seconds is long enough.
Sadly though, that won't be enough to get that bonus date, as Alex develops a special technique only a farm girl could muster up to take the lead in time.
This experience has just taught me to grab its horns by the bull.
However, the problem with coming up with a good technique is that now it leaves others to steal it, which is exactly what Zoe does.
Full Nelson.
Let's go, Zoe.
This freaking sucks. I'm the inventor of that strategy.
Well, take pride then, as your invention is victorious, and Zoe ends up winning, and the crowd goes wild. world. But speaking of Zoe, she is such an interesting edit right now because they're slowly pulling away from the villain edit with her. Like, they easily could have made this stealing stuff a much bigger moment. Instead, these two have their time and continue to develop their relationship at the night portion of the group date, where Zoe opens up and gets vulnerable, talking about being adopted into a predominantly white community.
But it's like no men were like wanting to date me. The abuse that I dealt with, like, yes, I've shut off my emotions for most of my life and just never felt worthy of like friendship, let alone a boyfriend.
So Grant grows closer to her, and hey, maybe this group date will actually be productive. Like here, Grant blows it out of the water with this awesome gift for Parisa.
Night one, you told me that you love rocks.
Yeah.
These are imported from Spain.
Oh my gosh.
Talk about low maintenance. Just go outside and pick up a rock and Parisa is happy.
I don't need anything else.
The good feelings, though, won't be lasting long, as while this happens, Carolina is back with the other women saying this.
I had a great time on my one-on-one, but I still don't feel like I know him. It's almost like, how do you get engaged after one date?
Well, this sets off Juliana, who's feeling like Carolina is unappreciative, while other women have had just a fraction of the time she's had. And the funny thing is, Carolina's not really wrong, but the compounding complaints that end up causing drama and pulling Grant away from time that could be spent with other women, it's really getting to people. So Juliana pulls Carolina aside to tell her how her complaints are coming across.
When you came back from your one-on-one, you were just so vocal about all of the insecurities that you had on the date and then on him.
Okay.
If I felt that unsure of who he was as an individual, I would be packing my bags and leaving.
Okay.
So, as you can imagine, Carolina does not take this well, and she's ready to stick to her guns longer than she can stick to a mechanical bull.
I guess Juliana felt like she needed to tell me how she's feeling. A for effort. I'm here for him.
I don't think that that's true.
Okay. I don't think I've ever asked for your opinion, really.
Now we're getting into the good old Bachelor arguing. And it's not just Juliana who has these opinions, as everyone tells Carolina that her negativity is bringing things down. Carolina, however, feels like she's getting ganged up on. And so Grant walks in from all the good chats he's had, thinking everything's sunshine and rainbows, and he's going...
Today was the most fun I've had on a group date, and one of the best days overall. Carolina, you okay?
So once more, Grant pulls Carolina, who tells him the whole story from her perspective. And Grant then comes back to say he's thought about it and he's not going to give out a rose tonight, which is probably the worst thing you could do if your plan was to calm down the room, because now everyone's just even more frustrated at Carolina. But we can pause this for now and move on to the other one-on-one with Serafina, where Grant mysteriously brings her out to a secluded location in the rain, onto these old railroad tracks. And why do I feel like I've seen this in a horror movie before? Run, girl, run!
I see a bridge.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
You have any guesses on what we're doing?
Oh, okay. I mean, it's still a bungee jumping date, so continue to run, but please don't ever take me to an abandoned railroad track on our first date. Please.
What's the survival rate in this?
The last one survived.
Okay, last one.
Alright, this date is really not doing good things for my nervous system. So the two jump, the adrenaline flows, and the makeout sesh begins. And Grant is hoping that their connection here can continue into the night portion of the date, as his biggest concern is feeling like Serafina is closed off.
When we do kiss, I get a sense that you're still a little hesitant to go all the way in. I get that, so.
No, it's not that. Like, to be honest, it's because my mom's watching.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Serafina, didn't you see his date with Dina? He's into the mom stuff.
That's real. It's really because my mom's watching.
Okay. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
How's it a good thing?
Well, Serafina then brings up that she grew up with a single mother and how she was often ashamed of that, not having a father figure there, and Grant connects with that, considering his relationship with his father. So both say they want to have a loving relationship and partnership so their kids can have something that they didn't. Meaning Serafina is going to be getting a rose, and they kiss while probably having to think about Serafina's mom watching.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
How's it a good thing?
But now it's time to move into the cocktail party before the rose ceremony, where Grant immediately grabs Juliana because of what happened at the group date. He wants to hear her side.
Carolina, she had nothing nothing positive to say about the date. And judgment, I think, about you.
Well, now Grant is feeling hurt that after such a great date with Carolina, she's being so negative. Plus, you know, with Carolina being tied into all that Rose drama from the week before, he's starting to believe that what Juliana is saying is true.
To have somebody just be so judgmental, it's crazy to me. It just shows it's just not mature. As of right now, I'm not feeling too good about Carolina.
So Carolina sits down with Grant to say that the reason she's saying all these things is because she's serious. Grant, on the other hand, wishes she could just come to him with all this stuff and not to the other women. So Carolina is upset again, and we have this cry fest, love fest with her and Dina that everyone has to just awkwardly watch.
I love you. I love you. And thank you for it.
Oh my God, I want to cry. I love you.
Cry. I just know you didn't mean it like that.
I know, and I know you know that. And thank you for seeing me. Oh my God.
Now, Rose is not here for this. We've had yet another week where Carolina drama has taken center stage, and she's needed time this week to recover from the Carolina drama of last week. Time she's not getting. So she's not impressed with Carolina.
Your actions really set me back, and it really kind of me over. I was the martyr of your feelings. You backstabbed me. You did me dirty.
Yup, Rose is done being the martyr of Carolina's feelings, and she's also cracked. She goes off in tears and finally says enough is enough. She's telling Grant that she's going home.
It really is in my best interest to go home.
Okay.
Wow, bro didn't really fight that one, did he? She's coming in emotionally damaged and ready to go home, and Grant's just like,
Okay, bye. Bye.
So 1 down, 2 more to go home tonight as we head into the rose ceremony, where Carolina is starting to wonder if the drama has come back to bite her when the last rose comes out, and it's either her, Parisa, or Natalie.
Carolina?
And so, Carolina gets one more shot, and sadly, Natalie, who had such a strong first couple of episodes, but nothing much after, and poor rock girl PowerPoint queen Parisa are headed home. What a shame, Grant. This rock collection could have been yours.
I can tell Sonny, you know, our time will come and he will have a dad soon. One day. Yeah. Hope I don't sound insane.
So that's it for this recap of The Bachelor Week 4. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until next time, Bachelor Fantake out.
You remind me of my mom. Yeah, in a sense.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
How's it a good thing?